Hey guys, it's Geek here, and welcome back to another Pokemon unboxing vid, where we have this small little box here that I felt like opening because it is snowing and I needed something better to do than lying in bed. So I'm gonna do this like normal. The bottom, I can tell is Veneby, so that's gonna be the first card I officially show you when I open this, but other than that, it's going to be random and I will have no clue what is going on. So here are all the cards and Bunnybee. Maybe Bunnybee. There we go. Oh, that's a very interesting artistic style. I don't think Bunnabell. Bunnaby. I don't know, it looks interesting. I can't tell if I've had this card or not because of the art style. It's like, maybe we've had it before. The art style like really throwing me. But anyway, let's go to our next unknown card. Well, our first unknown card, I guess. Next is a water energy. We have ooh, I forgot to read what Bonnabelle is. It excels at digging holes. Using its ears, it can dig a nest 33 feet deep in one night. That's a lot of work. Hopefully it's nocturnal and sleeps all day. Alright, next card, dark energy. Next card, fighting. Next card, fire. I think the top must be all energies. Next, grass. Next, ooh, our first actual Pokemon, Honage. I think we have this one, or at least definitely a different art style, I think. Honage soul once belonged to a person who was killed a long time ago by the sword that makes up Honage's body. Yeah, we definitely have this Pokemon before. Right, next card, Kufant. Yeah, I think this is the first time I've ever seen this one. It's so cute though. It digs up the ground with its trunk. It also is very strong, being able to carry loads of over 5 tons without a problem at all. Cool. Next card, you have a Fearow. Very ferocious looking, to be honest. Carrying food through Fearow's territory is dangerous. It will snatch food away from you in a flash. I mean, fair. Food is food. Alright, next. Ooh, an Entei. This one's also not in the sea like we usually see it. It draws prey near with its blinking lights and then wraps them in long tentacles and holds them in place. That's a darker summary than I think we usually get with Entei. Alright, next card. Lunatone. It looks like half bird, half moon. The phase of the moon apparently has some effect on its power. It is active on the night of a full moon. I think most things are. Alright, next card, we have a Glossifleur. I think we've got this one a couple of times last time. Definitely like the stem and then flower, and then the red looks like hair. It whirls around the wind while singing a joyous song. This delightful display has charmed many into raising this Pokemon. Sweet. Alright, next card. It's a Chewtle? Chewtle. It looks like Squirtle's distant ancestor. Apparently the itch of its teething impels it to snap its jaws at anything in front of it. Ooh, a snapping turtle. Great. Right, next card, we have a Corvisquire. That's a new type I've never heard of, but it says it's a raven, so. Smart enough to use tools in battle, these Pokemon have been seen picking up rocks and flinging them or using ropes to wrap up enemies. Yeah, ravens are really smart, so that definitely sounds like a raven-esque activity. Next card, we have a Remoraid. That is messing with a buoy system, maybe? Using its dorsal fin as a suction pad, it clings to a manatee underside to scavenge for leftovers. Yeah, we've definitely learned all about that type of thing, I think, in a previous video. A smurshroom? Smurshroom. I don't know how I'm supposed to make the SRO sound. It's like shroom-ish? Something like that? It spouts poison spores from the top of its head. These spores can cause pain all over if inhaled. Nasty stuff. Alright, next card. Rockruff. With a... Is that a bird on its ear? Maybe. I can't tell what that is, but it like has something clipped to its ear. When it rubs the rocks on its neck against you, it's proof it loved you. However, the rocks are sharp, so the gesture is quite painful. Yeah. I've seen like baby elephants lying down on people and they have to like work the way around so they don't accidentally get smushed. A Galarian Stunfisk. This looks like a bear trap. That's all I'm saying is bear trap. Living in mud with high iron content has given it a strong steel body. It might be a bear trap. Alright, next card. A Drillbur. This is a mole. That is nothing but a mole in the dirt. It brings its claws together and rolls around at high speed before rushing towards its prey. I guess the question is it also blind? Like, you can see eyes, but I wonder if it's also blind. Alright, next card. A Dedenne. A small mouse. Looks adorable, even the real life version. Its upper whiskers are sensors that survey its surroundings. Its lower whiskers are organs that shoot electricity. Oh, I can definitely see how the top ones are antennae. Has like the little X's. Right, next card. We have Feroseed. I'm guessing it's a seed. But that's just a guess. There's nothing else that would possibly tell me. Alright, it defends itself by launching spikes, but its aim isn't very good at first. Only after a lot of practice will it improve. And then I wonder if its evolution is super painful. Alright, next card, Charmeleon. I think we got one of these before. This really scary art. Don't know why that art is kind of creepy, but it is. Alright, next card. A Pineco? It looks like a floating face. That's all it looks like. It sticks tree bark to itself with its saliva, making itself thicker and larger. Elderly pineco are ridiculously huge. Maybe this one is an elder. It is ridiculously huge. Alright, next card is a Snowbur. And an action shot. Alright. The berries that grow around its belly are like ice pops. Galarian Darumaka absolutely love these berries. I have no clue what that is, but hopefully we'll find out soon. Our next card, another Teddy Ursa. That one is adorable. Ugh. It's just hanging out, eating the berries. Before food becomes scarce in wintertime, its habit is to hoard food in many hidden locations. Okay, so now it thinks it's a squirrel. Lovely. Right, next card. We have a Blipbug. I'm thinking the gigantic half things are its eyes, maybe? Its eyes are gigantic, comparatively. Yeah, I think those are its eyes. Often found in gardens, this Pokemon has hairs on its body that are used to assess its surroundings. Right, next card. A Chinchu, the cute version of the anglerfish. On the dark ocean floor, its only means of communication is constantly flashing lights. Adorable. Alright, next. A Tropius? I think it's a Tropius. I've never heard of this one before. Hundreds of delicious fruit grow around its neck. In warm areas, many branches raise Tropius. So, like, this is half farm animal sometimes. I wonder if it's evolved somewhat because of that. Next, we have a Minchino. Minchino? The chinchilla Pokemon, though. It's look adorable just playing in the water. The way it brushes away grime with its tail can be helpful in cleaning, but its focus on spotlessness can make cleaning more of a hassle. Then don't get in its way, is what I'm hearing. Alright, next card, we have Meanfu, which looks like it's trying to headbutt something. Honestly. Yeah, it looks more like headbutting itself. Alright, they seclude themselves in the mountains and devote themselves to training. The forms of their kicks and chops differ from pack to pack. Right, next card. Hello, Tad. Hello, Tad. Yeah, we definitely got this one before. Its leaf grew too large for it to live on land. That is how it began to live floating in the water. Hopefully it can easily eat. Alright, next card. Skidoo. So adorable. I think it's a goat? Doesn't say, it just says it's a mount. If it has sunshine and water, it doesn't need to eat because it can generate energy from the leaves on its back. Oh, so basic photosynthesis. Cool. Alright, next, we have another Rockruff, similar to the one we had before. Alright, next card, Galvantula. Still have no clue if I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Galvantula. It launches electrified fur from its abdomen and as its means of attack. Opponents hit by the fur could be in for 3 full days and nights of paralysis. Well, it's probably not, because by then I'll eat you. Alright, next card. The Dusclops. Looking creepy as ever. Alright, its body is entirely hollow. When it opens its mouth, it sucks everything in as if it were a black hole. Yeah, definitely giving me gluttony vibes. Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn sort of is an evolution of the Pharisee we saw earlier. Just still looks more seed-like, just lying on its side. But maybe like a sprouting seed. A seed that's starting to sprout almost. This Pokemon scrapes its spikes across rocks and then uses the tips of its feelers to absorb the nutrients it finds within the stone. Coolio. Next card. A Nuzleaf. Looks like just a child with a beak. Like a beak mask running through running through grass. It lives deep in forests. With the leaf on its head, it makes a flute whose songs make listeners uneasy. Now that's interesting. Kind of sounds like this group of people from, what's it called? Tin Man? The Tin Man? That's what it's kind of reminding me of. Ooh, and a lowland meow. That looks way too sophisticated. Like if they did a remake of Lady and the Tramp with cats, that's what I'm imagining. This Pokemon was not originally found in Alola. Human actions caused a surge in their numbers, and they went feral. They're prideful and crafty. Always have been. Wait, isn't it? I think Alola is definitely based on Hawaii, but don't they have a thing about cats in Hawaii? They definitely have this thing about limiting what types of animals you can bring to Hawaii. I thought cats had something to do with that, but I'm not sure. Right, next we have, ooh, another Inkay. This one's different because it can cook, I suppose. By exposing foes to the blinking of its luminescent spots, Inkay demoralizes them and then seizes the chance to flee. I thought it attacked them. That's what the other card said. I feel lied to. Alright, next card. We have a Flaffy. This one just looks like it's chillin'. Nothing better in the world, just chillin'. It stores electricity in its fluffy fleece. If it stores up too much, it will start to go bald in this patches. Hmm, interesting. Alright, next card. An Eldegoss? Yeah, I think it's an Eldegoss. It looks like a mature dandelion flower. Or whatever the ones you blow. The weed. I forget. Ignore me. It says it's a cotton bloom. So I guess it's a cotton flower. The cotton on the head of this Pokemon can be spun into a glossy, gorgeous yarn. A Galar regional specialty. Alright, next card. You have Mareep, just trotting down the way, wanting to be left alone. Rubbing its fleece generates electricity. You'll want to pet it because it's cute, but if you use your bare hand, you'll get a painful shock. And also make sure to use the back of your hand so when your hand immediately cleanses itself, you let the sheep go. Alright, next card. A Staravia. It lives in forests and fields. Squabbles over territory occur when flocks collide. Understandable. Right, next. A Kakuna! I don't think we have one of these yet. Kakuna. Yes. While awaiting evolution, it hides from predators under leaves and nooks of its branches. Although I am surprised it still has like a bug bite attack. Sounds like it really shouldn't. I guess it does. Alright, next card. We have another Beldum. I get a lot of these. Feels like it's... This doesn't look like a full Beldum. It looks like it's just partially hiding. It looks incomplete. I don't know why though. Yeah, it feels like it's not completed. Weird. If you anger it, it will do more than rampage. It will also burst into strong magnetism, causing nearby machines to break. Because I get its evolution a lot. Maybe it's just... Maybe it's how it comes together to become the Meltang. It's just incorrect to what I was thinking. I don't know. Alright, next card. We have a Spheal. Just happy, enjoying life. Alright, its body is covered in fluffy fur. The fur keeps it from feeling cold while it's rolling on ice. Nice. Alright, next card. We have a Voltorb. A couple of these. Usually found in power plants, easily mistaken for a Pokeball. It has zapped many people. Understandable. Alright, next card. A Carablast? Looks like it's just waking up early in the morning and trying to flee the sun almost. Its strange physiology reacts to electrical energy in interesting ways. The presence of a Shelmet will cause his Pokemon to evolve. Hmm, that's interesting. I don't think I remember what a Shelmet is, or if I've heard of it. Sounds familiar, but I don't know. Right, next card. Ooh, we have another Sinistea. The way it's dripping looks super cool, but also weird. This Pokemon is said to have been born when a lonely spirit possessed a cold leftover cup of tea. Understandable. And the last card, but certainly not least, is ooh, a Toxel. I was gonna say Fox, but it says it's a baby Pokemon. Like, he looks just done with everything that's going on, though. It stores poison in an eternal poison sac and secretes that poison through its skin. If you touch this Pokemon, a tingly sensation follows. Then why is it an electricity type? I thought usually these end up being like psychic or dark types. That's something to look more into. Eventually, maybe. I don't know. Alright, so that was a quick little jaunt through, I'm guessing 50-ish cards. It felt like 50 cards. Yeah. Got a whole bunch of cards that I will immediately organize because organizing is one of my favorite parts at the end of these that unfortunately you guys don't get to see. Sorry. And then we also got a bunch of energy cards. Luckily there was no repeats, but we did a good haul today, I believe. But yeah, so that was fun to do because this day for me utterly sucked because it was snowing and I dislike the snow. So I've been staying inside underneath a blanket trying to stay warm. So this is me being a tiny bit productive today because I wasn't elsewise. But I will definitely see you guys later for our next video, whenever that is. And you guys have a great day. Probably weekend, because this is usually going up on the weekends. Alrighty then. Bye!